One of the most important things about playing guitar is having an understanding of the chords within the key that you're playing in. The easiest way to accomplish this is to learn the formula for the major scale, which has 7 notes. Each note has a chord and a mode scale pattern associated with it. In this lesson, I'm going to start with the C shape of the CAGED system and show you a simple way to identify and play each chord of the key we're in. Also, I'm going to show you the mode scale pattern that you can use to start improvising over each chord. So grab your guitar and let's get into it. For our example, we're going to be in the key of D major. Here is the D major scale. Starting on our 10th fret right here on the 6th string. That's our D note. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're back to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. Here are the chords associated with each number. So your 1, 4, and 5 chords are all going to be major. So here's your 1, which is your D major. You can play it here or here. And then your 4 is your G major. Then your 5 is your A major. And then back to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to 1. So your 2, 3, and 6 chords are minor. So once again, here's your 1, here's your 2, which is an E. So it's going to be an E minor. Here's your 3, which is an F sharp minor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be your B minor. It's also going to be your relative minor of the D major chord. Now the 7 chord is actually diminished, but I like to use a substitute. Your 7 chord for me would be the 5 chord, which is your A, but it would have the 7 for the bass. So 1, 7. If you were in the key of C, it'd be 1, 7. So here is our C shape in our CAGED system. So here's our C major open chord. But let's go ahead and play it like this and pretend like we're barring the open strings right here. And then you just slide it up. So your D in this C shape would be right here because you're starting with this D note. So let's start on the D major chord right here in the C shape, and we're going to walk down all the chords of the D major scale. So here's our 1, our D, here's our 7, here's our 6, B minor, here's our 5, A major, 4, G major, 3, F sharp minor, 2, E minor, and then back to your 1. Now what we want to do is look at the 3rd mode scale pattern of the major scale, which is called the Phrygian Mode. So once again, we're on our D, so this is our 1, this is our 2, so F sharp is our 3. So the F sharp Phrygian scale pattern is going to be the scale we're going to use for all these chords in the key of D major. So that scale pattern looks like this. So the key to improvising is trying to hit the root notes and the target notes of each chord. If you think of the 1, 3, 5 of each chord, so here's your 1 would be a 1, major 3rd, 5. Not going to worry about the 7. Now here's the 6 would be a 1, minor 3rd, 5. Here's your 5 chord, which would be a 1, major 3rd, 5, 4, 1, major 3rd, 5, 3, 1 minor third, 5, and then your E would be a 1 minor third, 5, and so you're back to your 1. So once again, all the notes in this F sharp Phrygian scale pattern will work for all these chords. So let's go ahead and start trying to improvise over these chords. At times I may hit the root note, or at other times I may hit a third or a fifth. So this is the part where you really want to use your ear and try to hear those chord tones. So now let's try just a simple chord progression going from our 1 to our 6 to our 4 to our 5 and back to our 1. So here we go. So please keep in mind, we're only focusing on this one scale pattern or this one scale shape or position in this lesson. However, there are 4 other mode scale patterns that I like to use that will give you the ability to play all up and down the fretboard in any key. So also understand that this whole shape is movable. So while I'm starting with the D major chord as my 1 right here, I can move this up, and now I'm starting with the E major chord. Move up to here, I'm G, A. So if I was in the key of E major, then I'm still playing the same basic formula here. I'm just in a different place on the fretboard. So there's my 1, there's my 6, which is C sharp minor. There's my 4, which is A, and there's my 5, which is B. So So be sure and like this video if you find it helpful, and check out my other video in this series all about soloing over chords in any key, starting with the G shape of the CAGED system. Just click the video on your screen or the one I'll link below. Keep rocking, and I'll see you in the next one.